Good morning, children. We are doing fourth chapter of Geography, Climate. In today's lesson, we will learn atmospheric pressure and Coriolis effect. The atmosphere exerts force on the Earth's surface due to its weight. It is called atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure on the Earth's surface is not uniform and it varies from place to place. The distribution of atmospheric pressure across the latitudes is termed global horizontal distribution of pressure. Its main feature is its zonal character known as pressure belts. On the Earth's surface, there are 7 pressure belts. They are the equatorial low pressure belt or doldrum located at the equator. The 2 subtropical highs are known as subtropical high pressure belt or horse latitude located around 30 degrees in both hemispheres. The 2 subpolar lows located around 60 degrees in both hemispheres known as subpolar low pressure belt, and the 2 polar highs are known as polar high pressure belts located at the pole in both hemispheres. Except for the equatorial low, the others form the matching pairs in northern and southern hemispheres. There is a pattern of alternate high and low pressure belts over the Earth. This is due to the spherical shape of the Earth. Different parts of the Earth are heated unequally. Let us understand the basic concepts behind the development of pressure belts, but at present we will not take into consideration the tilt of the axis and influence of land and water distribution. The equator divides the globe into northern and southern hemisphere, and the equatorial belt extends to 5 degrees north and 5 degrees south. The equatorial region receives nearly vertical rays of the sun, and this heats off the air near the equator. When temperature increases, pressure decreases, so along the equator we have low pressure and we call this region as equatorial low pressure belt. At the equatorial low pressure belt, the warm air starts rising up in the troposphere. As a warm air is rising, its temperature drops. After rising up to a certain point, it stops rising upwards because it becomes cooler and it is obstructed by the tropopause. So the air spreads out there, starts moving in the northern and southern directions. As the air is moving, it becomes denser and after a certain point it sinks down to the surface. So at around 30 degree north and south we have sinking air. This sinking air is cooler, so it forms high pressure systems. These regions are called subtropical high pressure belts because these regions live outside the tropical region and at the same time adjoin in the tropical region. The sinking air moves towards north and south, so along the equator the warm air rises, spreads out and cools and sinks down. In this way it develops convectional currents. At the poles, the sun rays are very much inclined, so we have cold air that sinks. These regions are known as polar high. At the polar region, in the northern hemisphere, the air moves towards the south, and in the southern hemisphere, the air moves towards the north. At this point, we have air coming from north and south. So here, the air converges and rises up. These regions are known as subpolar low. So at 60 degree latitude, we have a low pressure system because we have rising air. Along the equator, the air is rising because of convection, and at the subpolar low, we have rising air because of convergence. This rising air also spreads out, cools and sinks. On the surface of the Earth, along the equator, the winds move from high pressure regions to low pressure regions, that is, from subtropical highs to the equatorial low in the northern and southern hemisphere. These winds went to the right in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere the winds went to the left. This is described as Coriolis effect. The winds bends to the right and left in the northern and southern hemisphere respectively because the earth is spherical in shape and the earth rotates from west to east. In the same way, in between 30 and 60 degrees north and south, the wind bends towards the right and the left in the northern and southern hemisphere respectively. Even at the polar region, the same phenomena can be seen. This is all for today. In the next class, we will discuss about wind system. Thank you and have a nice day.